Hey guys, I am Damesies. Welcome to the Omnic Recap. This week I want to talk about a topic that has been coming up a lot in my comments and during my streams. Recently, Blizzard confirmed what we had been predicting for months. Overwatch 2 is dropping the loot boxes and is taking on a battle pass monetization system. An announcement that really divided our community. A group of people is quite happy with this new course, and they are actually happy to get rid of those useless loot boxes. Another group would have rather taken the chance with those loot boxes and preferred getting all of the content and the cosmetics for free, which is understandable. But that has become increasingly more difficult. And one of the reasons is that the concept of loot boxes is flawed. And I'm not even talking about the legal aspect. As you might or might not know, I live in Belgium. And over here, loot boxes are considered gambling. And as such, the game developers need to adhere to those gambling rules, which they don't. The loot boxes cannot be sold over here. Some games are not even released here because of the loot box rules. And we are not the only country. It looks like a European ban is in the works, and eventually more countries are going to do this, which makes loot boxes a very bad bet on the long run. Now, the reason that I think that loot boxes are flawed is because of statistics. The longer your game keeps going, the less satisfied the users are going to be by the loot that comes out of those loot boxes. To keep them fresh and interesting for your long-term players, you need to continuously add stuff. But as you add stuff, the chance for them to get the item that they want shrinks. It's statistics. If I put a green and a blue grape in a jar and pull one out at random, the chance of you getting the blue grape that you want so desperately is about 50%. The more grapes I add to that jar, the more your chance will vary. But if I just keep adding green grapes, your chances of getting a blue grape are plummeting. But that's why they break them up in event loot boxes, to counter the statistics a bit. But then they introduced the anniversary loot boxes. Those are a statistical nightmare. Look, over the years in Overwatch, loot boxes have just become a cash machine. A way of getting coins that you end up using to buy skins. And that is not a fun mechanic. And sure, for some people, that might work. But for many others, it didn't. The reward of getting a loot box was just not big enough anymore. Now, before I dive further into the money part of this whole discussion, I want to note that I do think that we'll still be able to buy skins with credits in Overwatch 2. They already confirmed that our coins are staying, and we'll probably earn more throughout the battle pass. What we will be able to buy with them, that is still unclear. But I'm thinking that it's mainly going to be some of the old stuff and preferably also some new items that they will add later on. So even if you don't pay a dime, you will be able to get cosmetics on top of the battle pass cosmetics. Because yeah, you'll also get cosmetics out of the battle pass, even without paying. See, you don't pay for the battle pass, you pay for the premium level on top of the battle pass, which adds all the extra fancy stuff. And then there will be some cosmetics that you will buy from the cash store, which will most likely be updated every week, and that will include some shop exclusives, maybe some skins that return in a cycle, and who knows, maybe even some of those limited time event skins. But if that happens, well, people are going to be really upset about that. I'm willing to predict that one. But my point is that there will be a lot of items that you can unlock, way more than ever before in Overwatch. Some with currencies that you earn by playing the game, and others with good old cash. There will be so much content in Overwatch 2 that you will not be able to unlock all of it. Not in one lifetime at least. That time of collecting all of it, that's gone. That was Overwatch 1. We'll have some choices to make. Difficult choices. But why are they doing all of this? Couldn't they just find another system to replace loot boxes? Or make the whole battle pass free? Well, simply put, no. They need money. So is that corporate greed? Well, let's just say that Blizzard has grown into a very, profit-centric company in the last few years. And I'm trying to be very polite here. And that has mainly been due to the influence of Activision Blizzard, aka Bobby, because Bobby needs a new boat. But even without Bobby Kotick, this would have happened eventually. Once your company becomes this big and goes public, so you have shareholders, the pressure is on. So yeah, they do want to make a profit. But when we're talking about greed, they won't make that profit for the first few seasons. Because above all, they need that money to make more content for the future seasons. Because Overwatch 2 is going to become a live service game. Meaning that we'll get constant updates. And that those updates will be substantial. Not just bug fixes and balancing. There will be new heroes, new maps, new modes, new cosmetics, PvE. The list is endless. Well, no, it isn't endless. It has an end. But it's long. And it is a huge undertaking because our demands as consumers, as gamers, has skyrocketed over the last few years. And that is because every time a game like, let's say, Fortnite does something new or something exceptional, that becomes the standard at some point. And then another game will try to jump over that, and that becomes the standard. So we keep wanting more. We are a bunch of greedy buggers. So they need to make a lot of content to keep us happy, which costs a lot of money. And I don't want to sound like my dad, but that stuff does not grow on trees. I checked this afternoon even. And how much does it cost? Well, let's do some quick math. Back in 2016, they stated that there were about 100 people in Team 4, which is the Overwatch team. Aaron recently added that they more than doubled the team since, and that they're still hiring. So I'm going to say that they are about 250 people in the core team right now. Some are developers, others are artists, designers, audio engineers, interface designers, just a lot of core people that they need to make this game. They all are on different levels of seniority. Now, those people, they need to get paid. I think we can all agree on that. I found some evidence that on average, a senior developer at Blizzard makes about 120k a year. But I'm going to bring that down substantially to, let's say, 80k. Because, one, I'm not really certain how accurate that info is. It is on the high side. But on the other hand, Blizzard is in Irvine, California, which is an expensive region to live. Then again, I keep hearing rumors that the Blizzard employees are underpaid. On top of that, not all of the people in the team are on a senior level, and artists and designers are often paid less, even if they're senior, sadly. So with that low ball estimate, just for the wages of the core team, they are down 20 million every year. And that's today. And that number will just keep going up. But there are a lot of other people working on Overwatch. There's freelancers. I know for a fact that the models for some skins are made by external companies. But even internally, there's the people at the Battle.net team. There's marketing, there's PR, there's human resources. Now, even IT support and the people that work in the cafeteria contribute to Overwatch in their own way. And how about those cinematics that we love so much? Those will set back the meter for a few million every year. There's overhead, there's hardware, there's office space. The bills just keep piling up. I know that making a game is expensive. Making a live service game is crazy expensive. And selling that game for 60 bucks like they did with Overwatch 1, hoping that they will update the game for the next 5 to 10 years, it's just impossible. Even if they kept selling loot boxes, it cannot be done. They need a subscription style model, and preferably one that motivates people to play, that challenges them, and that allows Blizzard to reward the most loyal players. And that something is a battle pass. I believe that this is a win-win for everybody, and even for us players, even for the players that don't want to spend the 10 bucks. Because in the end, it's not that one skin you want that is going to bring you back to Overwatch 2. It's the experience, it's the other players, the new heroes, the new maps, the PvE content. And that, my friends, is still going to be free. Other PvE content is still to be confirmed. And sure, if Overwatch 2 blows up, if it reaches those Fortnite levels, they stand to make a lot of money. Look at what Epic did. Epic is just handing out money left and right now. But that is still a big if. And Blizzard has no control over that. Technically, if any game can do it, it will be Overwatch. But on the other hand, well, let's just hope for the best, shall we? And while we're doing that, let's just hope that Bobby Kotick is out of the company by that time. And then Microsoft can use that money to make even better games. To buy me a boat. I deserve a boat too, you know. Now, I usually close down these recaps with a question, but I know for a fact that a lot of you will still not be convinced that we need a system like a battle pass to make sure that Overwatch survives. And that's just fine. In the end, the future will tell if this was a good decision or not. So let me ask this. Do you put pineapple on your pizza? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. See you during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesisTV or in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.